Yes, guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel. It's Monday, and we're here to bring the vibes. We are here to bring the energy, because this just might happen to be the most excited I've been for an entire week of being a Chelsea fan since, well, we witnessed Champions League win in 2021, Club World Cup win in America in the summer. It's been a good year, to be quite honest with you, but when we isolate these two fixtures, I'm here with Big Eunice again today. We've got Barcelona and Arsenal in the Champions League and the Premier League. This could define our season, for good or for bad. But tell me why this is only going to end one way. In a good way.
Flipping, hope so.
Come on.
Thank you for having me on.
Or as
Again,
always.
as always. Listen, I'm just really happy, and a lot of you will feel the same here because we're all Chelsea. You guys can let us know in the comments, but I'm happy we're back in this conversation.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're doing again. I'm just relieved. Like, this is where we should be, you know? So I'm really glad that, yeah, we've got Barcelona and we've got a big game that's, like, you know, talking about the title against Arsenal on the weekend. This is where we should be operating. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Go on.
Right? Let's say, I know I hate it when people do this to me, so I'm sorry that I'm doing this to you on a Monday morning. But if you could only win one of them, which one is it going to be?
Oh, man.
Just hypothetically. Because I think we could win both. But if you had to win one, what one is more important? Let us know in the comments too. Whilst Eunice is thinking, get commenting.
No, it's really easy to answer.
Is
But
it?
It's like, yeah. Like, what one is more important? Well, it's Arsenal. Because we want the Premier League. Like, it's been too long. We want the Premier League. And, okay, not getting a result against Barcelona is not the end of the world. We can still qualify.
Yeah.
But beating Arsenal means we're 3 points behind them and the whole conversation changes.
Yeah, as 6 pointers go, that Arsenal game on Sunday,
That's creme de la creme.
is the creme de la creme.
But I want to beat Barcelona. It's Barcelona. I despise them.
There's so much,
Just, you know.
there's so much animosity from my side, at least for this Barcelona game, because
This is the history of the Chelsea Barca.
however many years it is, will never, ever allow me to get over what was the absolute farcical nature of 2009.
I can't do it.
Which, honestly, it pains me to this day. Even Florentino Perez, the Real Madrid president, has come out and he's talking about, like, payments from Barca. These guys, man, should cease to exist for this. This is crimes against humanity. Do you understand the pain that I went through as a result of just knowing that we were just witnessing before our very eyes a scandal?
Mate, every time I think of that, I remember that night. Look, that was full-on corruption.
It was,
Say it.
yeah, plain and simply corruption.
And after all these years, we know, and it's factual.
Yeah.
It's come out. And what a surprise. Look at where everyone that was in charge at that time, where are they now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not necessarily locked up, but out of football.
Yeah, out of sight, out of mind
Out of football.
is something that
Banned
we
from
see in the
football.
world these days.
You know?
Yeah.
And now when you look, and there's when we look at Barcelona, and in terms of their scandals as of late, you know, their police raids and all of this, and some of the things that are being brought up from that time period. Well.
Do you know who they need? They need a bit of Clearlake capital takeover, mate. You know, little balancing of the finances here and there. Spend a load of money, but blimey O'Reilly, apparently we're in relatively good stead, as they keep telling us. But this is a benchmark game, isn't it? These two matches, both of them. This isn't a preview. The preview's going to be out tomorrow morning, all right? We're going to build the hype on GBFC from the minute you wake up on match day morning, okay? That's when the Barcelona preview's going out. But to preview this whole week, if we can get 2 results here, Chelsea are back. Like, officially back, aren't they?
Yeah. And I get that for some fans, on paper, it doesn't look like it. Because when we used to operate at this level, we had Petr Cech, John Terry, Frank Lampard, Drogba. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, yeah, no, we are the prime source.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But when you look at this Chelsea team, you still think young, developing, not quite there. No one's of real legendary status in this team.
Yet.
Of course, but this is what I'm saying. There's so much to come. that you don't really coincide this Chelsea team on paper with going up against the very best in world football and just getting results.
Yeah.
But this is actually still where we are. If we were to beat Barcelona or Arsenal, well, right now in world football, you can't ask for more than that.
Nah. And that is also without the FIFA Pro 11's one of the players in that team, Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Who is unfortunately probably going to miss both of these games because he's stubbed his little toe. Cheers, Cole. Appreciate that,
mate. The only way that he shows up, he makes a flipping Triple H return, like sort of status.
Imagine if this is all just a ploy.
Stone Cold Steve Austin,
and it didn't
glass
happen.
shatter. Cole Palmer shows up. He's in the lineup.
Mate,
it's not happening.
No, but in terms of whose time it is, it's Esteval's time.
Fine.
We did a video on Eunice's channel last week where we did speak about him at great length before the Burnley game, which of course Esteval didn't come on. Chelsea went 2-0 up, and then Enzo Maresca changed his mind. And if you watch the press conference post-match from Enzo Maresca, you will know that if you can understand nuance, that means Esteval is playing this game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And this is the big stage. This is the moment. It's Lamine Yamal versus Esteval. And then it's Saka versus Esteval. Do you mind putting him in that bracket of conversation?
Not at all.
Me neither.
Not at all. He deserves to be in that conversation. He should be in that conversation. In terms of just pure ability. And I get some people might go, no, but it's too early. Like, give it some time. No, I get that. 100%. I know. But this is the sort of beast that we might be dealing with here. You know?
Awaken the beast.
It's one of those freak shows where you have to start talking on a bit of a supernatural level. This is just not normal. This is a bit abnormal. You know, the ability that he's shown has been fantastic. And I know I don't want to throw him into a situation where all of a sudden we're overhyping and whatnot. No, but I genuinely don't believe that. I think he is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And in fact, being underutilized at the moment.
Yeah.
Again, I understand the process, but in terms of pure footballing ability, without a doubt, he's in that conversation.
What do you think about the attack? Because obviously, Esteval will probably start. Pedro Neto, I think, is an interesting one here. Garnacho also rested maybe against Burnley.
Yep.
Caicedo obviously didn't play, which is good.
Rested.
I think rested, and Andre Santos came in and did well. But I want to ask you about the attack because Liam Delap is the number 9. João Pedro, I don't think, is an out-and-out number 9. But do you see Delap starting in either of these two matches against Barcelona and Arsenal?
Arsenal, maybe.
Arsenal, maybe.
Maybe, but I might even expect a similar setup from the Barca game to the Arsenal game. I don't think it will change too much.
Yeah.
But I only say that I don't expect Delap to play because of what I anticipate Maresca to do, which is in big games like this, we know what sort of system he turns to.
Yeah.
Which is an extra man in midfield, or you have, whether it's Reece James or Gusto, that's tucking into midfield. It allows Enzo to push forward into the 10, and then João Pedro up front, which is why I don't think Delap will play.
No, I don't think he'll play against Barcelona.
No.
Do you think...
Although, you know what? I do want to say this. This is going to sound pretty bizarre. Delap against Barca could work.
With the way their defence is and the way Delap makes those runs, that high line, I could see it.
Arsenal, it won't.
No.
I don't think it will.
No.
But Barca...
But then you could also argue with Delap, right? That you maybe need someone who could try and bully the Arsenal defenders a little bit. I don't think he can bully them per se, but at least from that physical side of things, I think it is a debate.
It is.
Because I think Maresca himself, right, we're seeing this constant rotation, and obviously these rotations will look genius if you rest players against Burnley and then you go and get results against Barcelona and Arsenal. But I do still think that there isn't a definitive best Chelsea 11 right now. I think there's an idea of what the strongest 11 is, but game by game, like it still just does keep changing, doesn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And is that going to be the right thing, do you think? If we look at these games out of isolation, put it in context of the season, let's say we beat both. Let's say we beat Barcelona and we beat Arsenal. As a result of that, do we get closer to knowing what Chelsea's best 11 are? Do you think it will be continuity across these two games or rotation? that would enable 2 wins?
No, I think tactically, it's going to be isolation because we set up in a certain way against these big teams because we're
Yes.
facing big teams.
Yes.
And we don't play in that sort of system when we're going away to Burnley, for example.
No.
You know, it's not happening.
Yeah.
But in terms of the starting 11, yes, I think that gives more nuance to what we should move forward with, you know, and which players are suited to what and to who as well, which is why I'm looking forward to. And I think one key for João Pedro is to have Estal with him.
Yeah.
I think that will help João Pedro as well. We're still yet to see everyone fit and everyone going. I think we can then start talking about what 11 we should move forward with. But no, I think in these games, it's just the case of the big games and we play a certain way in those big games. But what I will say is if we do get a result against Barcelona and Arsenal, I think at that point, the whole trajectory of the season changes.
Is it then title race?
100%.
It has to be. If we beat Arsenal this
100%.
coming weekend, right, and we're 3 points behind them, with everything that's been happening in the Premier League, with Liverpool's capitulation, drop-off, fall-off, disaster, whatever you want to call it, Man City's inconsistency, the fact that Aston Villa were 18th in the Premier League table, now they're 4th. Like, that's what we're competing with right now. So if Chelsea do win that, it's on. It is absolutely on.
Right.
And I'll say this, right? If we beat Barcelona, best believe I believe we can beat Arsenal. Because we've done a shootout predictions video for the Champions League. That was out yesterday. No, it's out tomorrow morning. All right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Check that one out coming up. But we've both said that we think Arsenal could do Bayern Munich. So it doesn't matter really. I think it's on us here. The fact that they're both at the bridge is the key for me. If they were both away from home, I'm like,
yeah.
do we have to?
Yeah.
Like Burnley away and then Barcelona. No, it's at home.
I'd be concerned, but they're both at home, and I think there's no reason why we can't just the place will be rocking.
Absolutely.
So
rocking.
you see how like as of late we look at the bridge and it's like it's flat. You know, there's a whole debate in terms of fans and who's attending and who isn't and all of that. No. Tomorrow, Champions League under the lights, it's gonna be popping. Arsenal on the weekend, it's gonna be popping, and it has to be. And I think, look, it's very easy to just write Chelsea off in terms of, we're not in a title race. We're not going to be going for the Premier League title. And I get that. But it's also very easy to look at Chelsea when we were in 9th and actually say, we're 9th. But when we're in 2nd and we're 3 points behind Arsenal, if we do beat Arsenal, why aren't we going, no, but we can fight for the title then?
But this is the difference between last year. And I stand by this wholeheartedly, right? People just think it's nonsense. We were in a title race, technically, in December.
Technically.
Right? The mentality was in the mud.
Yeah.
And I think all of the responses in interviews and the way that we spoke about ourselves, no wonder we couldn't convert. It was imposter syndrome. So, we shouldn't be here, we're not going to be here.
Exactly.
No more excuses for that now. If we're in it, go for it.
But do you feel any imposter syndrome now? Because I don't.
No.
Last season I did.
No. And I think that is actually where the true value of the Club World Cup win lies.
Yeah.
Because in order to navigate a cup competition like that, you've got to show something. You've got to bounce back from a bad moment. Jackson's red card, being beaten by Flamengo. Yeah, okay, that could have been the best thing that happened to us in that tournament because we went on the correct side of the draw for positive fixtures, right? But you still got to beat what's put in front of you. You've still got to show up against these physical sides and beat them. And we beat the best team in Europe for the whole of last season, Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah.
So this is the benchmark. We've beaten Liverpool already this season. We've beaten Spurs this season already. And these 2 matches could absolutely shape Chelsea's season. Preview's going to be out for that tomorrow. We're doing a video on Eunice's channel as well, just because this is such a big week. We want to get you guys covered on Eunice's channel, my channel, and Shootout. And stay tuned because you're not going to want to miss any of it. The watch along is going to be fire. So subscribe to Shootout. We're closing in on 40,000. I think we can hit it this week.
Oh, we will.
I think we will. See you guys there.